Hi everybody!
Thank you so much for joining us. Today we wanted to talk a little bit about some shocking news that we got about Ainsleigh.
This little drama queen here is already starting to give us trouble at 5 months, huh, big girl?
They start too early.
And you could tell she's not camera shy at all. She wants a piece of this.
She can't get enough.
Say, hello, I'm Ainsleigh.
So if you've been following along with us, you know that every now and again we've been doing a vlog about working toward milestones for our kids. As we started working toward those milestones, especially with Ainsleigh, we started to notice there were a couple things that she just wasn't doing. So we started to wonder if maybe she was having a little bit of a delay.
There were some things that she just wasn't doing, and I was just kind of noticing it. Rolling over was definitely the biggest red flag that just kind of caught our attention. But as we started to look at Ainsleigh more, we noticed that she wasn't particularly noticing things that were going on around her. She wasn't investigating her hands or experimenting with toys and just kind of things that a normal explorative baby does. Ainsleigh just wasn't quite doing.
And that doesn't mean that she wasn't up to par in everything. There were some things that she was fantastic at. She's been great at sitting up for a long time.
Yeah, she's a very social baby.
She copies us, she mimics us, and that was something that it took Christian a long time before he started doing.
So there were just a few things that we were just like, what's going on, Ainsleigh girl? So at her 4-month appointment, I brought it up with her pediatrician. I just said, hey, you know, I know babies are supposed to be rolling over at this point. Ainsleigh's not close to it at all. No attempt whatsoever. At what point, you know, while we're looking at the future, should we start to be concerned? And her doctor said, no, if she's not rolling over and making any attempt by 5 months, maybe we'll start looking into it.
So Ainsleigh got to be 5 months and we were trying to be mindful of it, and she still wasn't really rolling over.
At all.
Yeah, so since she wasn't rolling over still, the pediatrician put in a referral for Ainsleigh to get evaluated by the infant toddler program in the area.
They gave us a call and we did all the paperwork. About a week after that, a developmental specialist called to do an evaluation on her. They specifically did a test called the DAISY with Ainsleigh. If you've seen our developmental videos, you've seen that there's the cognitive area, the gross and fine motor, there's social, there's several areas, and they tested Ainsleigh in all of those areas, even though our concern was mainly a gross motor concern.
And they give a report that kind of explains your child, their age equivalent skill ability in this area is this many months. So with Ainsleigh, normal would be 5 months, and anything below that is obviously delayed. So we were expecting maybe some delays in gross motors, maybe something in fine motor. What they told us actually kind of shocked us.
And honestly, we thought Ainsleigh had a slight delay, but when we got the report back, she qualified above and beyond. What are you doing? What are you doing, dork? What they ended up telling us was that she had a very significant delay in gross motor skills.
Sorry.
What are you doing? And that at 5 months old, almost 6, like she was a couple days from being 6 months old, she was performing like a 2-month-old. And the same in cognition, actually. At almost 6 months old, she was performing as well like a 2-month-old.
A cognitive delay was not what we were expecting at all. We were expecting the movement and the motor aspects, not cognitive.
During the meeting, I actually started wondering if she had a cognitive delay by the questions she was asking me. But to hear that she was delayed that significantly in 2 and kind of 3 areas was like shocking. I remember walking out of the meeting and turning to Quinn and saying, you know, she's definitely delayed, but I would be shocked if she was delayed enough to qualify.
And yet she qualified in 3 different areas. So the great thing about having Ainsleigh evaluated so early and being able to catch some of these delays is that now we're able to get in touch with these professionals who can help us to do early intervention at such an early stage. We can close the gap fairly quickly, and we can help Ainsleigh to get to where she's supposed to be relatively quickly.
We here are huge supporters of early intervention. I know a lot of moms have said to me, don't worry about it, they'll catch up, babies develop at their own rate, which is true to an extent. I mean, there's a reason there are professionals out there to help our little guys. We want Ainsleigh to thrive.
And some parents wonder, when is the right time? When do I need to talk to my pediatrician? How long should I wait before trying to figure out if my child is delayed? And our answer is
don't wait.
Don't wait. Do it as soon as possible. The worst case scenario is you talk to your doctor too early and they tell you that your child it doesn't have a significant delay. I don't think that's a very bad scenario at all.
Actually, it reminds me, when we took Christian to his 12-month appointment, I had concerns that he had a speech delay because he hadn't produced any new sounds in 3 or 4 months and just did the same 2 sounds. That is it, the same 2 sounds.
He just wasn't experimenting. He wasn't trying to make new sounds.
Which was not age appropriate for a 12-month-old, so I brought it up with his pediatrician.
And the pediatrician told us we'll keep an eye on him, and if he doesn't start to make new sounds by 15 months, then we'll look into putting in a referral for a speech evaluation. Well, it turns out, by the time 15 months came along,
he was saying over 100 words.
His vocabulary exploded.
Yeah.
He just started copying everything that we were saying.
Yeah, so now by 18 months, I mean, the kid has over 500 words. And bringing it up to our pediatrician didn't hurt anything.
So once again, if you have any concerns whatsoever, don't wait to talk to your pediatrician. If your child doesn't have a delay, it won't hurt anything. And if they do have a delay, it'll just help you to get some intervention as early as possible. So we are both huge fans of early intervention, and we will recommend it every day. As a student doctor, intervention is always important, and it's always most important early on. If you look at any sort of developmental delays or even any diseases, the earlier you can get in, the better, and the more successful any intervention will be.
So to kind of wrap it up, Ainsleigh is now enrolled in physical therapy. Oh, did I scare you? I'm sorry. So we'll give you an update here in a few months on how our little squishy girl's doing in her physical therapy.
So make sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notifications anytime we post a new video.
If you like these family updates, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Yay! Yay!
Thank you again so much for joining us and for watching this video all the way to the end.
For following our family and supporting us and loving us. We appreciate it. Okay, Ainsleigh, now it's your turn. Say, until next time. Say, until next time.